All right, have we started? Okay, someone in the chat is saying that we've started, and
Awesome.
I am going to keep talking until they acknowledge that I'm saying things. Please acknowledge that I'm saying things, chat.
I see a yay.
Well, that could mean anything.
Can you hear us, guys?
People saying hello. Yep.
Acknowledged. There we
Acknowledged.
go.
Acknowledged. All right. Well, let me just quickly tweet that we're live, and I'll be right with you, rest of the world. Streaming right now. Alright, well, we're playing a game on a console for the first time, so you fuckers better appreciate this. I've been messing around with the Elgato settings all afternoon, but yes, this is the post-zero punctuation stream of the game we just reviewed on Zero Punctuation, which is, of course, Paper Mario Color Splash. And joining me is senior editor and escapist contributor Liz Finnegan. Say hello.
Hello.
Now, Liz, what is your experience with the Mario series?
I definitely haven't gotten into any of the Paper Marios. No interest whatsoever. So it's mostly just the platformers that I played.
Right. But generally you're well disposed towards Mario as a concept.
Yes. I think that is fair to say.
Fair enough. Well, let's get started. Yeah, I'm just gonna load the save I was playing before I finished playing this game to review it. Apparently. I didn't see any option to start a new game, so this is what we're doing. Oh, as Strategos2411 says, hello, Lady Gabe. That's who you are now, Liz, just so you know.
I'll wear it as a badge of honor. I love it.
Now, where the hell was I? Ah, yes, yes. So, bit of background. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which was the second Paper Mario game, is one of my favourite Nintendo games ever. And part of the reason for that is that it's funny and creative and imaginative and has lots of new ideas that the new Paper Mario games have absolutely none of.
I'm trying very hard to multitask watching the chat and paying attention to you.
I know what you mean. This is this is going to be very confusing because I'm playing the game live. My Elgato delays it for about 2 seconds, which is what you're seeing, and the stream isn't seeing it for 30 seconds.
Oh no. Poor stream.
All right, we're on a mission. We just came back from a mansion, and our mission is to find a teapot. That is that is the struggle currently indulging in.
To find a teapot.
Alvalera asks, why did this week's Zero Punctuation have no intro? I don't know. I noticed that. I'm not the one who uploads the videos, so take it up with... Maybe they should take it up with you, Liz. Is that your job?
No, that's definitely not my job.
Okay. Yeah, let's just absolve responsibility completely.
No one here is responsible for that.
So our little helper in this particular Paper Mario game is a paint pot, a sentient paint pot, named Huey, after a bastard from the Metal Gear Solid 5 games. And as our main tool of interaction with the environment is a hammer that sprays paint. I guess they didn't want to bother animating a brush, so it's just a hammer that has paint on it. Because one of the themes of Paper Mario games from, I'd say, Super Paper Mario onwards is trying to skimp on having to create new sprites wherever they could.
Perfect.
Virtually every NPC in Super Paper Mario was just like random Photoshop shapes animated together. and all the sprites were all the old sprites from Paper Mario 2. And in the Sticker Star on this one, they did even less sprite work, because virtually every NPC in the game is a generic Toadstool man like this one.
Really stands out.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a question for you.
Oh yes.
How'd you get the idea of a post-review stream? Seems weird to me since I got the impression you are usually done and fed up with a game after the ZP.
Well, I would argue that's the best possible time to stream a game. 'Cause it's the
Who
point.
streams games they like?
Well, there's a lot of market for, you know, first impression streams, I suppose, of people playing something for the first time and reacting for the first time. But I would argue there's an equally good niche for people who have played enough of the game to be sick of it.
And that niche is you.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And yeah, I mean, if I've just reviewed the game, it's going to be fresh in my mind. Oh, now we get to demonstrate the combat. Now, obviously, the problem we're going to run into on this stream is that you can't see what's going on the Wii U controller. Rest assured, it's really exciting.
I totally believe that.
Yeah, I could just describe it. I'm supposed to be... I've got a list of all the cards that represent attacks, and I've got to place the cards in a special box in the screen, and then I have to flick them to play them. And now you can
You're
see...
flicking.
Yeah. Flicking, it's crazy. So I just used that shoe attack, and then another shoe attack to get rid of those two monsters.
This is very climactic.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed that combat, because we'll be seeing a fuck of a lot of it. The trouble is, to do any sort of combat moves, you have to expend one of the cards you've found. And once they're gone, that's it. That's why sometimes entering combat is just totally disadvantageous.
Because you have to use a pretty decent card on like nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've got 3 dudes here, and I can't be bothered dealing with it, so I'm just going to use something really powerful. What have I got? Oh, we've got fire flowers, that'll do. And as with all Paper Mario games, there's a sort of active time event thing where you have to press a button during the attack animation to get the best results. And you can also press the button to block the enemy attacks. Well, now we've got to use another card to get rid of one solitary asshole.
So the powerful card did you no good, really?
No, apparently not. Still got to use...
Way to go.
Yeah. Alright, let's just hammer this asshole. Oh, that's pretty tricky timing, that hammer attack, actually, so I did pretty well there.
That was incredibly elaborate, too. I mean, I know that's how I hammer things, but I thought I was alone in it.
Yeah, you'll notice there's a... Oh, you almost got attacked there. There's a sort of paint meter in the top left.
Mm-hmm.
Of reds and blues and yellows. That's part of what we fuel our attacks with, and you can pick up more paint from all over the level. And the only really significant RPG element is that you can level up how much paint you can carry, but it really doesn't amount to much. Now, what the hell am I supposed to be doing here? Not going that way, I guess. Well, to be honest with you, I'm a bit lost for what to do here. This is a level I haven't played yet.
You're doing a very fantastic job.
Do you think so?
No.
I don't believe you at all. Then. Oh, hey, there was a card in that white paving slab. So you see white objects in the background, just smack it with some hammer paint, and stuff will come out.
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Right. Was there anywhere else we could go? Back here. Ah ha 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 ha! Oh god, the music is still on. Hey, that's weird. Escapist Magazine just subscribed. I'm pretty sure we would already have been subscribed to our own stream, but never mind.
Really dropping the ball here.
Yeah.
Again, not something that was my job.
Alright, let's just use that card we just picked up, which is hit things with a hammer 5 times. So get settled in for the long haul. That monster's got a spike on his head. That means I can't jump on him.
Wait, are you beating the paint out of them?
Yes, that's exactly how it works. That's how you can tell how much health they got left. Everything's to do with paint in this game. It's all paint all the time. Because that's just how the Paper Mario RPGs work. Now they just base the entire game around one thing that's in some way to do with paper crafting. Last time it was stickers, now it's paint.
You know, my oldest daughter had the sticker one, and she lasted a couple of minutes with it
Really? Well,
before she got upset that it wasn't a real Mario.
smart girl.
7 years old, I feel like I did something right.
Yes, I think your daughter and I would see eye to eye on a lot of things. Yeah.
I don't want to test that theory.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Should come back with quite an expanded vocabulary, though, I can assure that.
Oh, well, she's got an Irish family. I'm sure she knows plenty of it already.
Oh, fair enough.
She just has the good sense not to say it in front of me, so it
here
works
we
out
go again.
famously.
Yeah, Finnegan, I guess that's about as Irish as it gets as for surname to go.
The only thing you throw an O in front of it, but that's about it.
Alright, let's use a fancy card, because I'm feeling fancy. So, excuse me, I'm just applying paint to the cards in my inventory on the Wii U touchscreen. It's jolly exciting, trust me. 'Cause
I'm very amused by how you say words.
sometimes, yeah, that's my accent. These are such these are things that often happen with dialects. I had a feeling I need something a bit more, but now I wasted a card with 2 hammer hits on it. But we got a boot. Yeah, some of the cards we'll get, you'll notice, have no colour to them. That means we can apply a certain amount of colour to it during the combat menu, which allows you to affect exactly how much damage it has. Alright, well, that was worth resurrecting you from the dead to hear that particular remark.
Waste of paint.
Yeah, exactly. This does get a little bit weird if you consider that paint in this game is the metaphor for blood. We're just
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
we're just slapping blood on everything, infusing our cards with blood, resurrecting people with the power of blood. Enemies suck blood from us.
I mean, it's better than other metaphors that it could be, so...
Aha! A clue! They replaced the fountain with a teapot. You know what? I'm with him there. I'm seeing some white stuff there, but I can see no way to get my paint to it.
Bloodborne Nintendo Edition. Yes.
Exactly. Alvalira asks, would you prefer the paint to be more like jizz than blood? Well, let's imagine that scenario for a moment. Mario going around with his jizz hammer going, take it, you wall, you big wall, you like it.
The game just got way more interesting to me now,
Yes,
so...
I hope I colourfully illustrated that scenario in your mind.
Colorfully being the operative word.
Alrighty. Alright. Okay, that fountain was a big lie. It said it would heal my wounds. It did nothing of the sort. Maybe this is one of those Captain Planet scenarios. You got to remove the pollution to restore the niceness effect. Right, well, I'm not sure where to go now. Oh, okay, I'll go through here. I figured it out.
Are you proud of yourself?
I certainly am. Will 00020 asks, who is this woman talking? It's Liz Finnegan from The Escapist.
Yeah.
I already said that. I joked in a previous stream about putting some kind of permanent message along the bottom of the screen stating who the commenter is, but I'm starting to think we might genuinely need that.
We should just like change who I am every time someone asks.
Oh, all right. It's Margaret Thatcher, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, talking to me on this stream.
That's with the Philly accent
Exactly.
because
Well, yeah, she's in hiding.
that's what it is.
So, Margaret, what was with that policy of stopping school children from getting free milk? Eh? You must have thought that would have been a PR disaster.
You know what? I do what I want.
No, fair enough. Right. Well, fairly
It's
obvious,
Fem
has
Gabe.
it?
Oh my god. I think I'm just Fem Gabe now.
Yeah, I think the spectre of Gabe is going to follow me around for the rest of my life. It's going to be like Jacob Marley from the Christmas Carol.
That is seriously about a solid 30% of the chat that I've seen so far is everybody just asking about Gabe. So
Yeah.
the other person is not Gabe. That's all you need to know. There it is.
You are aware of my previous YouTube Let's Play work before I joined the Escapist full time?
Now I have no clue who you are.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
I used to do Let's
yes.
Play with my friend Gabriel.
I was kidding.
Okay. Yeah, this Toadstool man is yellow. Yeah, rock that fucking boat.
Really changing things up here.
Yeah, bit of a
I like it.
palette swaps. All right. Well, bugger that could have gone better. So you don't want to use your good cards, but then most of the combat is with shitty enemies. So then you just end up with piles of good cards. Alright, fine.
Except that you literally just used a good card and it didn't really help you too much.
I guess not. Alright, let's try this one. This is like the jump, but more so. Oh, I buggered that one up, didn't I? Oh, if I could explain, somehow convey to the audience how disorienting this experience is. I'm playing on the Wii U on the TV with one audio, but the Elgato has a 2-second delay, and that's the audio I'm hearing on my headphones.
Liz Finnegabe. Oh my god.
Listen, give it a rest, people. There are more people in the universe than Gabe, for God's sake.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, exactly. There's me for a start. There's me, there's Liz, there's Oirisham on the chat. There's Margaret Thatcher.
Lots of people here. It's a party.
There's Hillary Clinton.
Do you have a backup game this stream? Oh, chat.
Well, fortunately, I'm playing... Oh, God, it happened again. I'm playing on my new computer now, so I hopefully won't have as many technical errors as the laptop tended to have my last bunch of streams. So I guess you're stuck with this one, guys.
I bet they're so excited.
I bet they are. To see me try to figure out what I'm going to throw at these random Johnnies. This is something I complained about in my review. Entering into a fight, because you have to expend cards permanently, is totally disadvantageous. Where in a standard RPG, at least you'd know that you'd get a small amount of experience that would get you towards leveling up and gradually making you stronger. But in this, the only thing we can level up is our capacity for paint, and I don't think I've ever run out of that. Hey, wait a minute, I see Luigi over there. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, if only you could see the beautiful thing that I'm seeing on the Wii controller now. There's a dotted line, right? And I have to draw around it with my hand, and a pair of scissors goes around it. And
That sounds riveting.
yeah, and Luigi is behind the box, and now we've gotten a whole bunch of coins, and Luigi's fucked off. Well, trust me, that was really exciting.
I'm really very upset I couldn't see it.
Yes. Luigi's my boy.
Wow.
I've always been more of a Luigi man than a Mario man. How about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, Probably, yeah. I think that's fair. But I had an older brother, so I didn't have an option.
Ah, right.
I was just always Luigi, so I think it's a little bit of a I was stuck with it, so I
Yeah.
pretended to like it
I I genuinely like Luigi, despite
on purpose.
also being a younger brother and got stuck with it anyway. See, also having to be Tails in Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Hey, that's fine.
Hey, I pressed the A button to talk to the thing, not to jump into the swamp. Thank you very much.
Luigi is best girl. That is right, Death Kid 300. You do you.
Luigi is good because they actually let him have a personality. Mario's just wah yee jump on things, save princess again.
Again.
Whereas Luigi can be afraid of things in Luigi's Mansion, which isn't much for personality, but it's something.
He has an emotion,
Yes, exactly.
and that's just
He has
fine.
he has one emotion, which is more than Mario has.
Oh my God, Jake. I'm not answering that, Jake.
What did Jake say?
Jake discovered that I have two brothers and that they are prettier than me. So I hear about this literally every day about how much prettier my brother is than me.
Well, would you rather everyone go around saying how much prettier you are than your brother?
I don't know.
See, now that I've
I
illustrated
can't
that
answer that right
scenario.
now. Well, I mean, as the girl, I think I'm supposed to just by default be prettier, but they've got it on me. They do, and they have better butts, which is really unfair.
Huh. Are we talking
As if being the middle child wasn't bad enough.
Are we talking full-on twinks here?
So I'm trying to watch this, but I really have no clue what you're trying to do.
You know what? Me neither. I'm just trying to navigate the labyrinth of this maze in order to find a teapot. I understand. Hang on.
So what does the
Aha.
teapot do?
Well, hopefully I will be able to take the teapot back to the previous level where some ghosts were trying to have a tea party.
Oh my God.
Alright, I got a preemptive attack there. And then 4 more guys just show up. Great. Well, let's use the KO hammer, why not? We can demonstrate that. And an ice flower. Mix things up a bit. Oh, nicely done. I like to think. Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger again. Well,
I'm finding the delay enjoyable because I know
yeah.
just by listening to you that something is going to happen
Yeah,
that isn't boring.
something that made me say, oh, bugger. Right. Yeah, it's a shame you're missing all these touchscreen action. It's amazing. Surprising amount of nudity for a Nintendo game. Oh, I blocked that one at least. Alright, fine. 2 hammers. You asked for this. Oh, forgot to flick the cards, because that's important. Wouldn't be a card attack if I didn't flick it as well.
I can tell you really enjoy the game.
Oh yeah. Goty. Goty. Well, I got a new card there. I'm getting a bit low on health, so... Can I just use a mushroom card? No, turns out I can't. Oh, hang on. Good timing. I spy a heart behind this wall. There we go. Host Gilda says stop smacking my chops. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've finally become everything I hate. You know what? I'm just going to flee from this battle. I don't give a shit. Fight! And run away. Because that got rid of the enemies, and I didn't have to use up any cards.
So then there's really no point to combat.
No, there isn't. There's no real... I mean, look how much money I've got as well. That's because there's precious little to spend it on.
So you can't like buy cards or anything.
Well, you can buy cards, but look at them. They're everywhere. Coming out of the bloody walls. Ah, there we go. I spy a white roof. At least I think it's white. Okay, maybe it isn't.
It looks like a pinkish purple to me.
Alright, let's see if this monster gets tired of doing what it's currently doing. Why does Mario have a printer ink level thing in the top left? Asks Anus McSwaddletoff. The current patriarch of the McSwaddletoff clan. Well, that's our paint levels that we're using. Paint is the thing we splatter onto things with our hammer, and it's also what we use to infuse power upon our attack cards that you cannot see, because this is a Wii U game that I have laboriously got running on my Elgato, and no one has yet expressed the necessary amount of appreciation for that, so I'm going to press it again. Alright, 2 hammers. Some enemies are immune to certain attacks. I'm going to assume this is not immune to hammers. And I was right. Oh, okay, I guess that was a puzzle. Now we've got a bucket. Like a great big elephant seal.
You're getting some appreciation.
Am I?
Hey, good job getting the stream working, Yahtzee. You're so amazing and great.
Thanks.
There you go.
I've always thought so, but it's nice to get that confirmation. I got dual monitors in my laptop off to my one side as well. I'm all over the place. Oh, I guess I should be paying attention to this thing that's happening.
What the hell?
Why am I turned on? Ah, now, Mario scholars will recognize this character. It is, of course, Birdo, who in the original manual from Super Mario Bros. 2 was a transvestite, but that got quietly dropped from the canon. So, full disclosure, I didn't actually finish this game before I reviewed it, so this is all entirely new to me.
We're getting requests that you ridicule me more.
What the hell is your problem?
Everything. Mostly you in this game.
Well then. Can I ridicule you for going quiet for several long periods at a time?
I'm terrible at multitasking. I'm looking at the chat and it's like I forget you exist.
Oh.
But go for it if you want.
Oh, well,
It's not as fun if I'm owning it though.
read me some choice nuggets.
Choice nuggets. Shit, Yahtzee, you're outclassed.
I really am. Okay, let's try to imagine what the hell this is about. Mario is going to go out of view and squeeze something.
Oh. Oh my god.
Yes, we now have some balloons. Now that is what is creatively called a thing card. A card with a thing on it that we can use in certain very specific scenarios. Hey, there's that teapot we needed. So now... Alright, well I kind of anticipated slightly more of a puzzle than that. I see.
It's not as cool looking as I expected.
Right. Well, it's pretty ornate. Pretty chintzy. That wasn't an IKEA teapot, I'll wager. Yeah, let's squeeze this as well. Let's squeeze everything. Oh, another pre-existing character from the Mario universe. First introduced in Mario Sunshine, I think I'm right in saying.
Don't squeeze everything. That's how Trump got in trouble. All right.
Ah ha ha ha, topical. Will you be watching the presidential debate tonight?
Oh no.
Well, I guess we're not going to learn anything we didn't already know, I suppose.
Probably not. No, I don't have enough alcohol in my house for that tonight.
Well, this is clearly a boss, so I'm going to use some crazy attacks on it. Now, where's my craziest attack? I guess this one's pretty crazy. That replica word along the front of the screen is indicating that that's how they made every single sprite in this game. They replicated it from a previous Paper Mario.
You're so clever.
Thank you. I detected a slight note of sarcasm there, but never mind.
And I thought I hit it so well.
Alright, well, I got their pants slightly white, so that's a start.
Ha!
Whoa, a noise! Voicalo 1 just cheered, times 10. Well, it didn't feel like a times 10 cheer. Well, it's a plant, isn't it? Let's use a fire attack on it. I mean, this would work in Pokemon, right? Oh! You bastard! Okay, this isn't going terribly well.
I think you're doing a great job.
I detected a slight note of sarcasm there again.
It's not as funny if you have to point it out.
Tell you what, let's just use those balloons we just got. And I don't know. See, I've got mushrooms to restore health, and I've got one-up mushrooms, but all the one-up mushrooms do is restore all your paint. And I don't need paint, I need health. Alright. Right, eat balloons. This will in some way help. Okay.
What just happened?
I don't know. I guess it helps. Oh, hang on. I almost forgot to fill one of my cards with paint. How embarrassing would that have been?
I don't think anyone's watching this for the game.
Well, perhaps they should. Perhaps they could learn important strategies. Oh, bugger. I feel like I say the word bugger too often. Perhaps I should perhaps I should mix that up.
What would you say, Nan?
Oh, sodomy?
Perfect. Don't overuse it, though.
Oh, well. Don't know if I can guarantee that. Alright, let's use more replicas. Have I mentioned how boring this combat is? I feel it's worth...
I think you don't need to mention it.
Yeah, well, I feel it's worth repeating.
I mean, at least it looks like he's starting to feel it now.
Yeah. We've made his wife runs wide, at least. So, how's everyone's day going?
Chat, ask us questions.
Looking forward to voting this November?
I don't think anybody's... I think everybody's just looking forward to it being done.
Yeah. It's sort of like pulling a splinter out. You gotta get it done at some point. Or filling out your tax return, knowing you're going to get stung up the arse the moment you file it. I'm going to take a chance and use a jump attack, even though the last time it went poorly for me.
Have you ever asked your girlfriend to wear a Gabe mask?
That is a very strange thing to ask a person.
It's chat.
That's a little bit creepy, if you ask me.
You didn't say no.
Well, of course I haven't. It would be absurd. I might once have asked Gabe to wear a girlfriend mask, but that's another story entirely. Oh, fine. Let's use two different flowers. I'm so sorry about the fight so far. Here's some flowers to make up for it. Excuse me while I focus on this very important timing. Now, since I used fire then ice, I presume this will be like Alien 3. And they'll be immediately destroyed by the sudden changes in temperature. Ow. Well, the theory was sound. Ugh, that music's gone all weird. Rot Hope asks, are we going to look at Hive Swap in January? I don't know. That's that Homestuck game, isn't it?
Mm.
I did once read Homestuck. Up to the point where it was at the time. I consider it time wasted, frankly. One of those things that attract a really weird fan base out of nowhere. Sort of like My Little Pony, I suppose.
I still don't understand that.
I tend to take the view that it started off as
A
someone...
joke,
I think it started off as someone ironically claiming to like My Little Pony, and then the internet worked its sinister little ways.
as it
And,
always does.
and then people just started taking it on face value. Or at least some people who'd always been 18 to 35 men who liked My Little Pony finally felt confident enough to speak out. The internet wins again. Thanks, internet. The internet.
Internet.
Let's hammer away. All sorts of hammers. And another one, because the first one was so scintillating to watch.
This boss fight is lasting forever. Yes, it is.
Well, it'll be nearly done. Look how nearly done he is.
He's been nearly done for a while.
Well, he can't be nearly done for much longer. Fine, let's use a mushroom just in case. Not doing this shit again. I don't want to alarm you, but I'm out of red paint.
That sounds awful.
Oh, come on. He's got like, what, half a centimetre? Daniel Resurgence asks, I haven't seen this review yet. Does Yahtzee recommend this game? Based on this stream, my guess is no. You guessed pretty much correctly there. Ooh, I'm Nintendo. I'm going to make new Paper Mario games based on the last shitty one rather than any of the really decent ones. I'm not going to spend a single penny to create new art assets or ideas for our flagship franchise. Meh, meh, meh.
You sound exactly like Nintendo right there.
Yes, that is the voice they have. You know, go on E3 and start up the Nintendo stream. It's all like, no, we're Nintendo. We're going to show you all the crappy games we've made. Oh, aren't we great?
And people will say yes.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Well, that was a whole lot of shawaddy-waddy for nothing. But we came here. We have our lovely teapot. The Reformist tells us that Metroid Federation Force did horrible. Well, of how very deserved.
I'm shocked.
What is your feeling on Nintendo? The situation with Nintendo at present?
At present, I think that Nintendo should. It depends on what happens with the NX, but I'm not overly optimistic with that. I'm not gonna lie. Even though we know nothing about it, I'm still not optimistic. I think they really have to look into just being a third-party developer more than anything else at this point.
Well,
because I do believe that most of their franchises still have a lot of life in them, but they're not. They're not doing it right.
It's the extraordinary thing, isn't it, that they still have life in them, despite having had the life wrung out of them for the last 25 years.
You know, it's still something that people are interested in. They're just, I don't think it's being done correctly.
It doesn't feel like the Wii U has been out for that long before they announced the NX.
But at the same time, it feels like forever.
I suppose. Never been terribly impressed by the hardware gimmicks. I'm not haven't been entirely clear on what the NX's hardware gimmicks are. It's just another controller with a screen on it, isn't it?
I have no clue. I have on it. It sounds like it's going to have the detachable controllers, but right now I have absolutely no idea. I
Right.
couldn't even start guessing. They're saying that it's going to have some sort of dock to hook up to the TV, which
Right.
sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Okay, I have to get to this star somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. I can't jump onto it from the water. Oh, hang on. I don't know what I did, but it worked. Okay. Let's fight these bloody bloopers with the pittance of cards I got left after that boss fight.
Here we go. Anus is back. Do you think Nintendo will eventually move more into mobile games? Pokemon Go is a hugely successful for a bit. Well, they have that Mario one.
Yeah, they got that Mario Infinite Runner they're doing, haven't they?
Yeah, which I mean, I didn't even bother. But probably would be my guess.
Well, they don't seem to have a whole lot of sense when it comes to what the audience actually wants.
So it's pretty much guaranteed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess. Pattern seems to be they just make really illogical decisions, and all the Nintendo fans go, no, no, this is actually what we want, really, and try to convince themselves as much as anyone else.
Oh, here we go. Oh God, Yahtzee, are you excited for Red Dead Redemption 2?
There's a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Revolver 3.
Yeah, because the Red Dead Redemption, of course, was the sequel to Red Dead Revolver. They should have come up with a new thing. They should have called it Red Dead Recidivist.
I'm just glad it's not Red Dead Remastered. So,
Ah ha ha ha.
ha ha ha.
Red Dead Revolutions.
But I don't know if we could be excited about it yet because we don't know anything about it except for that there's no PC announced.
Oh, smashing. Well, it's Rockstar, so if it follows
Yeah.
the GTA pattern, they might do one later on. That will, of course, be much better than the console versions.
Because now we have everybody recommending what it should have been called.
Yep, of course. Red Dead Rising Revengeance, Red Dim Revengeance.
All right.
Everyone's doing the Revengeance joke. Anyway, yes. I should jump on this blooper and be on my way.
I know, Ron.
Ron says, I'm ranting so much about Red Dead PC and Liz knows it.
Poor Ron.
Oh, poor Ron. That would be Ron Whittaker of The Escapist. Right. Okay. I will actually jump on it this time. And that was one level. And the game's just going to shower me with money and paint so that there is literally no struggle for anything. Red Dead 2 Western Boogaloo, suggested by Flux.
Red Dead Redemption. There we go.
Yeah. The Spectre arises again. Right, we've got that teapot now, so I can take it back to this totally not ripped off from Luigi's Mansion inn. Schizophrenic asks, Yahtzee, what gaming IP would you want a Revengeance style over-the-top spin-off of? I would say Fatal Frame, which is a series about Japanese schoolgirls in very short skirts, walking very slowly around haunted houses, taking photographs of the ghosts. And it would be like that, but it would be like that What's that weird game with the Japanese anime lady wearing a cowboy hat and a feather boa? And fighting zombies. Not Lollipop Chainsaw.
You are breaking up. Hold on one second.
Right, we have provided tea to some ghost toadstool men, which are the standard toadstool man sprite with a ghost colour on it.
All right, you're back. I think.
But Insis asks, have I played any game that was genuinely funny lately? As in laugh-inducing? Well, nothing really springs to mind.
Do you laugh?
Yeah, I laugh. The last game I thought was genuinely funny was Undertale, I think, in terms of deliberate comedy games. Though I did start playing a bit of Gears of War 4 today, and I had a sort of resigned laugh to myself. It was more sort of, what am I doing with my life?
I ask myself that at least once a day.
Yeah. What am I doing with this room full of expensive gaming hardware at a time when virtually everyone else is working a proper job?
And we all see what you're doing with it right now.
Yeah. I'm playing a shitty Mario game for the internet.
On purpose.
On purpose. Red
All right,
Ray.
here's a question. Are there any visuals in gaming that are too overused other than Mario games and brown castles?
I'm really sick of incredibly over-detailed character design.
What?
And you just, it just seems like the concept artists are just trying to look busy. You got a character, and they're usually wearing like 3 different jackets, and they've got one of those little holsters around their thigh, and knee pads, and a climbing harness, and like little glowing LEDs slapped all over them, and little tiny backpack. You know what I mean? And all the female ones will have belly shirts for some reason.
They have great navels, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's okay.
Well, if you got it, flaunt it, I suppose. Alright, this is another riveting side quest in the game. We're supposed to, we play paper, scissors, stone in a grand tournament.
What?
And these 2 guards are supposed to give us clues. Okay then. And they call it Rochambeau, after the kicking in the nuts game from South Park. Ron says, sounds like I mean The Division. Yes, that was the first thing that came to mind. See, the trouble with all that incredibly over-designed character design is that once you look at them from a distance, they all look the same. It's all just a big mass of shit. And on fantasy armor as well, you got like pauldrons the size of cooking pots, and little skull designs on them, and 500 belts, and a little cape. It's like a World of Warcraft character who's, you know, put all their best equipment on from all the corners of the world. And you'll notice they're continuing to get a lot of use out of their generic Toadstool Man sprite. Hairless Worgen mentions Lords of the Fallen. Yes, that came to mind. Darksiders is another game that comes to mind in terms of bad armor design. Warden Michael relates that as kids, he used to call this game Ching Chang Walla.
Well, all right.
Alright. I'd always just called it paper, scissors, stone, personally. back in the ghetto. Yay, I won. Lycolis says, remember the Glitz Pit with the ocean of different sprites in the crowd. That's a reference to Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, which is the best Paper Mario, and if you disagree, I'll fight you. There's a whole section of that game where Mario has to pretend to be a professional wrestler and uncover intrigue in the wrestling league. And what have we got in this game? We're playing paper, scissors, stone for no particular reason.
And we can't see most of what you're doing.
Okay, well, the guard outside mentioned something about paper planes, so I'll go scissors in anticipation of him playing paper. Yes, Alvalera, the guards outside the temple give subtle clues to what to play for the first 2 rounds, but on the 3rd round of each tournament, you're basically on your own. Oh! Oh, I fucked up. Well, where's his rock follow from the clue that the bloke at the gate gave me?
You dropped the ball.
Certainly did. But now I can't play again. I got to go and complete another level first. Well, I'll be sure to hurry back as soon as I've done that.
What's the point of winning these things anyway? That's a good question. I would love to know.
Well, you get money. The all-important money. And you
have so much money.
Yeah, and you get special cards as well, I think. Hey, chat. Do we want to take a wager on whether this game lets you have 5-digit sums in your wallet? Or will it just stop at 9999? Because I have a feeling we're going to find out. Alright, I guess we're at the ocean part of Forest, Desert, Ocean, Jungle, Ice World, Fire World boss.
This level at least looks more interesting.
Yeah, there's a bit of Ice World and Ocean. They're mixing the two. So, there's the trademark hilarious dialogue in action.
That was dramatic.
Kuramakona asks, what is my favourite incredibly easy game? I'd have to go with Cooking Mama. It's sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. There's just something nice about being overly praised for completing incredibly simple tasks. You stirred the pot, Champagne! You turned the pot to the right heat that we said you to put it at. More champagne! That's a whole evening in for me. Just get massively drunk and play Cooking Mama.
It's very exciting.
Well, you don't always want excitement, I find. Sometimes I like to play games like Stardew Valley or Euro Truck Simulator, if I'm just trying to kill time. It's just nice to be given a simple task you can focus on for hours on end without needing to tax the brain or skill too much. Oh yeah, it's a Yellow Rescue Squad guy. I'm supposed to be collecting these guys, I think.
Oh, here we go. This is a good question. Do you have a favorite lewd game?
My favourite lewd game.
Lewd.
Lewd has a very specific meaning, doesn't it? It's not quite the same as being pornographic. It's just
it can be implied lewd.
Yeah, it's just a bit cheeky. Well, I did play a lot of the old Leisure Suit Larry games, which I guess is the classic example of lewdness.
It's also a very unexciting answer.
I suppose. Lewd in that very Confessions of a Window Cleaner style, I suppose. Oh, I'm sorry, was that unexciting? Was I supposed to mention something incredibly obscure? Like, I don't know, let's say, for example, the Spellcasting 101 games, which were a lewd sort of Harry Potter meets Porky's takeoff of the college sex comedy. Yeah, I know my shit. Yeah, I guess those games are pretty fun as well for lewdness. Because the thing about those games is that they had a sort of content filter thing
Uh-huh.
where you could choose to play the game in naughty, sexy mode or nice, completely innocent mode. And in nice, completely innocent mode, they just replaced all the sex with really mundane tasks. Like
Like what?
instead of having sex with your professor's wife, you'd do the washing up with her. And it was a text adventure, so they could do that without needing to make a whole bunch of other art assets, I guess. Oh, that question was for both of us, actually, Liz. I think
Uh-oh.
they want to hear a lady talk about lewd things.
That lewd things. Wait, hold on. The one that I see that is a question for both is, what was your reaction to learning what a horrendous sounding voice Toast had? What?
What? Well, tell us your favourite lewd game anyway.
Oh, God, I don't know. I think this one. Right here.
Well, I guess we've made it pretty lewd on this stream.
I've had to pretend that it's lewd in order to be able to sit here and actually watch it.
That's a good plan. Perhaps I should do something similar.
It definitely makes it more interesting. And then dialogue is easy enough that you can, without too much effort.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, I took too long. Bastards. Fine, you're getting the big hammers.
Who's the lady? It's Gabe.
Yeah, it's Lady Gabe. We've established that.
Will you do any more chill out streams? That one was relaxing.
Yeah,
But don't do it on Sunday.
I was going to do one last weekend, but work got on top of me. Of course, when I say work, what I mean is I was trying to get through Mafia 3 before the end of the week.
Go on.
And it took bloody ages. But I might do one this weekend. I was thinking of playing one of my favourite dull, unchallenging games that we discussed earlier in the stream. Oh, I think I talked myself into some more combat there. Yeah, the framed Warlock said, yes, I did a chill out stream a few weeks back where I just played Quake for 2 hours and spoke in a very chill sort of Bob Ross kind of voice. With no other guests to ruin it. And just lots of dwelling on what a chill evening it was.
Here we go. Is Mafia 3 as buggy as everyone says? Yes.
Yeah, I had a couple of problems with mission indicators just disappearing from the map, which I do make sure to mention in my review that I'm working on. And which was very frustrating when there's only a few things left to like complete an area, and I don't know where the bloody final mission is, so I just have to drive around the map and look for clusters of enemy icons, so I know that at least something's going on there. Played that one yourself, Liz?
Yeah, it was hard for me to, and I feel bad because I actually enjoyed the story, but I spent more time mad at the game because it was buggy as hell, and it's like I have to walk away from this. Like I had to force myself to finish it because I was so angry at it.
Oh, blimey. So you got right to the end.
I didn't enjoy the journey at all.
That's a shame. Yeah, it just felt kind of repetitive, really. Even, again, even bugs aside.
Yeah.
It feels like you're just doing the same 3 or 4 activities over and over again before you can finally do a story mission to assassinate a dude. It felt a lot like the first Assassin's Creed, where before each hit you're supposed to do a whole bunch of random and very repetitive shit to gather intelligence on the person you're about to kill.
Right.
Because that's the best way to ensure that they'll come out and check what's going on. Agent Parsec asks, Yahtzee, have you played Event Zero? Actually, yeah, I started playing that on the laptop, but I think it must have been really badly optimized because it was overheating very quickly. So maybe I'll take another look now I've got the new PC set up. It reminded me a little bit of Starship Titanic, if anyone remembers that. It was the game written by Douglas Adams. Yeah, obscure
I have a
references.
small child trying to break into my room.
Oh no, better take care of
Oh
that.
no, I'm not going to.
Have you considered twatting him one?
Hold on one second.
She's just gone off to twat him one. Fights. What's my new PC spec, Corpse 1421? It's quite good. It's an Alienware Area 51 with a NVIDIA GTX 1080 in it. So far it's done quite well handling Gears of War 4. Well, I did get a very unfortunate bit of input lag when I started playing yesterday, but that went away after I turned off motion blur. Motion blur fast turning into one of my worst enemies in modern game technology.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, it just always seems like the first thing I want to turn off if I'm having performance issues. And it feels very unnecessary because I barely notice it when it's gone. But I really notice it when it's obnoxious. Like I remember coming back to Resident Evil 4 after a few years and I'd forgotten how horrible the motion blur was in that. I had to switch that off straight away.
That is a perfect example, actually.
Oh, I got Red Slurp Guy. Whoa, talk about this game getting lewd.
See, I told you it's better.
Alright, I just came all over this guy's face and he came back to life.
Yeah, you did. It's both of you. When playing Mafia 3, did you see any silly and or amusing bugs? I didn't see anything necessarily like amusing.
Well,
I was very unamused, actually.
Yeah.
It was mostly like I had a couple of like articles of clothing that would occasionally disappear, get caught in a couple of walls, stuff like that.
Fun.
I wasn't very amused.
That game doesn't have customizable outfits, does it?
No.
No, it seemed like a bit of a oversight. Sandbox games always seem to have that these days. And I remember Mafia 2 did. Although your choice was sharp suit or other sharp suit. Oh, my cards are all kind of crap now. There's a guy I can't jump on there. Alright, I'll take a risk. Secret Negative asks, I'm at a loss here, what's even going on with this game? You got me, Secret Negative. I'm just sort of going with the motions at this point. I'm on a pirate ship, there's Shy Guys. That one just did a girly fight with me.
There we go. Yahtzee, what has been your favorite game of the current generation so far? Oh, God. Good luck with that.
Well, to define the current generation, I suppose. Because I feel like the current one's really just an extension of the last one, with slightly better hardware.
Slightly. I'm guessing that's what he means, like this console generation, I guess.
Favorite game of this console generation? I guess this year, Doom was looking the best so far in terms of cutting-edge AAA games. And I'm not even that particularly enthused about that. Oh, it's Assassin's Shy Guy, Creed. Ah, I think what he just said was a haiku. How clever. This is hardly fair. I'm just going to assume I'm going to need lots of really powerful attacks on this guy. Hey! Okay, is that going to keep happening?
It looks like it, yeah.
Ow. Well, what am I supposed to do then? Fine. Let's use some fancy shit. What? Laser beaming points out they didn't have a budget for a boss. No, I guess they didn't. There's just standard enemy, different colour. That's a theme you'll be seeing a lot of in this game. Who's asking me how much of Homestuck I read? Quite a ways into it. At the suggestion of a friend at the time, who I'm not friends with anymore, though not for that reason. Although it could be related. Last thing I remember was they'd introduced all them weird troll characters with the funny horns that all those cosplayers seem to like.
Here we go. This is a good question. What would Color Slash need to do to be somewhat more bearable?
Color Slash?
Splash.
Well, I suppose that's what it is. What would it need to do to be somewhat more bearable? Make combat have an actual purpose? Are we talking about like one single solitary change that will fix the whole shebang? Because I think...
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, there is no such change. Oh, there's a dude over there. I wonder if I can get to him. I think if they just made the combat fun in some way. I know that's kind of a weak answer, but there's only wonderful ways to make combat fun. Like not require about 5 different finger strokes and button presses just to do a simple jump attack. Can't be that hard to make combat fun, surely.
You know, a lot of people have managed to pull it off. So.
Combat's fun in Fruit Ninja, for God's sake. That's like 2 megabyte game. Right. Here's the reason to come back to this level, I guess.
So is the problem that the combat is too gimmicky?
I guess so. I mean, it's not even particularly gimmicky because it's basically the same combat as Sticker Star had. It's just completely mystifying to me that they'd do it again. Maybe this is just one of those things Japanese people really like, and it gets kind of lost on the West. Would the combat have been better if it was a deck instead of burn cards? I don't know. I mean, the whole card system might be the problem. Alright, there's a thing from Princess Peach over there. Alright. I'm a bit stuck for what to do now, if I'm honest. I didn't open up any more levels. I guess we can see what this thing's all about. Alvalira asks, would you play a Call of Duty style Mario game? Oh, imagine it. I did once play a Half-Life 2 mod that was a Mario level, which swiftly indicated why it's kind of absurd to do that sort of thing in first person. You just walked along a very narrow bridge and jumped on things. See, the point of the platformer over the first-person shooter is that in the platformer you're concentrating more on your character's position rather than what your character's looking at, which is what the first-person shooter is all about. Right, it's a hollow Peach. Of course it was. This is the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope" scene.
Oh my god.
Well, show don't tell, guys. Man, how long has Mario been strung along by this lady? Well, that does a whole bunch of pointless nothing at all. She's inside Bowser's castle. How could that be?
What a plot twist.
Except that she's there every bloody weekend. That's the old theory, isn't it? That Bowser and Princess Peach are conducting an affair that is frowned upon by their society, so they must every now and again send Mario on one of these adventures so it seems like they're doing something about it. When really he's just tasked to run interference by going and having adventures in literally everywhere in the world before he gets around to break up the party. Alright, have we got all of these now? I think we do. Oh, turns out we don't. Actually, I think I know exactly where the last one is. I think he was hanging around that maze level. And now that we've cleared the water up, he can go home. Okay, this is new. What's all this about? Oh, it's some combat. Should have guessed, perhaps. Oh, great. Now I'm blinded and you're expecting me to expend cards regardless. Well, here's a thought. Maybe I'll just use some character cards. That I was never using anyway. Cinecade, I think you'll find that this Shy Guy is wearing weird glasses. That makes it a totally different character to all the previous Shy Guys. So there. Yeah, I'm really running low on cards. Perhaps I should actually spend some money and buy some.
But then we're never going to find out if it hits 5 digits.
What was that?
I said, but then we're not going to find out if it will go up to 10,000.
Oh, yes.
One for the team, Yahtzee.
Damn, I was really looking forward to that as well. Oh, hang on. Hey, we just got 300 coins for that.
We're so close. You can't buy anything now.
Oh, God, so close.
I hate that that's the most exciting part of this so far for me, is to find out whether or not you can do that.
Yeah, you got to make your own entertainment in this sort of situation, I suppose. It's like when you get bored in a shooter trying to draw a big dick on the wall in bullet holes. Actually, let's go back to the Rochambeau temple. And then maybe we can win a prize for that amount. Or perhaps not.
Wait, what was the second part of what he said? Something about rock?
But we did find a paint star. I thought. Alright, let's just find things to smack so that money comes out.
Sounds like my weekend.
Smack and money? Yeah, mine too, actually. Hellocentrical points out, usually the bullet decals don't last very long, so the penis disappears in seconds. Well, that's what makes it a game! Gotta get the penis there while it's all still present and correct. No, I don't want paint. I want money! Well, a card's fine as well, I suppose. Okay, fine. Let's fight some things. Because I happen to know we get a money bonus if we can beat them in one round.
Here we go. We got a question. Yachts, can you please stream a great game sometime?
Was that a burn? I think that was a burn.
It's a small burn.
Well, great is entirely subjective, isn't it?
There we go. Yahtzee Liz, either of you tried a smartphone-based VR system like Google Cardboard? If so, any thoughts on how this might be beneficial or otherwise for mobile gaming?
Can't say I have used one, actually.
I haven't, but I have plenty of thoughts on VR overall.
Go on.
I have a lot of concerns about the long-term viability of VR, and I do think that if it is going to have a longer life, it's not going to be with larger games. People can't really afford to be that cut off from their surroundings for that long. So we're going to be seeing more arcade style, possibly more mobile style, and probably even more like episodic games.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm perfectly willing to cut myself off from the nightmare of my existence for long periods of time.
Well, one of the biggest issues I've had coming out of VR is for a good hour afterwards, depending on how long I'm playing, anytime I look at a screen, it feels like it's drifting or like glitching out almost, where I feel like I'm still trying to adjust what I'm looking at to VR.
Well, that's the same thing that happens if you watch scrolling end credits for a long time and then they suddenly stop.
You do that frequently?
Well, yeah. And then you look at something still and it looks like it's all moving downwards, weirdly. Why do I get myself into these things? Anything.
There we go. Yahtzee, do you think Quake 1 qualifies as a horror game in some respects?
Oh, shit, I tried to run away, but it failed. I'd say so, yeah. It's got a very Lovecraftian sort of theme to it. And the monsters are all deliberately horrific and bloody. It's an action horror game, certainly. I mean, what else would it be? Dark fantasy? That always sounds slightly suspect to me.
Most of what you say sounds suspect to me.
Well, it's just because I have this slightly pervy voice going on.
Is that what it is?
Well, my girlfriend likes it.
How many hours have you put into this game?
Actually, the time I was playing this game, I was moving into my new apartment, so probably not as many as I might have liked.
You would have liked to have put more time into this game.
Yeah, I tried to... I mean, at the time I didn't even have the TV, so I was just using a spare monitor with headphones set up. And the monitor was like really, really small, so I had to sit in front of the couch on a little cushion to see what was going on. And I played it for about 8 or 9 hours, maybe? But apparently it wasn't that far at all. Oh, that water's actually healing me now. Daniel Resurgent asks, Yahtzee, with things like Death Stranding, Resident Evil 7, do you think the industry is at least attempting to take survival horror back to its roots? Well, I'm not sure how the fuck you're getting that from the Death Stranding trailer. I don't know how the fuck you get anything from the Death Stranding trailer. That was the one with Norman Reedus with no clothes on, just lying on a beach being weird like it was a Radiohead music video, wasn't it? And even Resident Evil 7 is more in line with the more recent trend for the first-person horror game where you can't defend yourself, as made famous by such things as Slender and Outlast. I almost said Outcast there, but that's a different game. One of the very few voxel-driven games, fact fans. Everyone was like, how should we include 3D graphics? And 99% people said let's use polygons, and one game said let's use voxels, and, well, who's remembered by history now? I mean, when you think about it, not being able to defend yourself wasn't always part of survival horror. Silent Hill, the early Resident Evils, you could all defend yourself. I guess just the point was that defending yourself never really seemed to help the situation. And you never really felt powerful, regardless. I don't want to fight these things. But if I could try to flee, but it might just say, no, you can't flee, arbitrarily. Ah, start it, I'll give it a go. And Mario drowns in 6 inches of water. Oh god, well, let's try again then. You're not making any friends here today, Mario, I hope you realise. Alright, fine, I guess I should kill these things then.
From the chat, I don't want to fight these things sums up a lot of the game so far.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, really. I mean,
I'm thinking it and I'm not even playing it.
I don't want to fight these things. I don't even particularly want to be playing this game. I don't even want to turn the Wii U on, to be frank. But we have to take our responsibilities seriously. And otherwise, if we didn't do the post-CP stream, you might not know what I was going on about the whole time.
You need to know that it was fair.
Exactly. I mean, all those fucking Nintendo fanboys that are gonna inevitably come out of the woodwork, they can just take a look at this and go, oh, well, fair enough. I did take a look at the comments for the last few Zero Punctuation videos, and there was someone who had a really big narc on for the fact that I didn't like Federation Force.
Really?
Yeah. He was saying shit like how I was no longer qualified to review Nintendo games. God knows.
I'm just surprised that you read the comments.
Well, you know, if you never read the comments, you might. That's how people like Tom Cruise happens. Do you think Tom Cruise has read any of the comments in the last 10 years? Somehow I doubt it.
There we go. Yahtzee, will you review Final Fantasy 15 or do you just cringe from the thought of playing it? If you review it, will you give it a fair shot?
I was thinking of giving it a go at least. I hear that they've kind of mixed up the way the game plays. Oh, we're only 20 coins away from hitting the possible maximum.
It's very exciting.
Gonna count this down like it's fucking New Year's Eve.
Well, like I said, this is the most exciting part so far, so.
I just want there to be coins in the blocks in a Mario game. Is that so much to ask? Yeah, I've heard Final Fantasy 15 will be more like a sandbox game than a JRPG. And I did sort of kind of like Xenoblade Chronicles, which was a bit more, which was sort of JRPG but also pretty sandboxy as well. In that very curious Japanese style of sandbox you can see in games like Yakuza or Deadly Premonition, where it's in some ways really weirdly detailed.
And here we go. I really like this. Ah, where to go? Yahtzee, are there any upcoming games that you are at least slightly optimistic about?
Well, I try not to think along those lines, because that's how you get disappointed in life. When the next few games that are coming out, what's it going to be? Like the new Call of Duty, the new Battlefield, the new Gears of War. It's the shooter season, basically.
Basically.
I'm not really anticipating being blown out of the water. Maybe there'll be another Spec Ops: The Line, but I doubt it. I mean, people have tried making First World War games in the past. But I don't remember it ever working out because the World War One is just so depressing.
That's where a lot of the criticism so far about it has been.
Well, they're trying to make
Battlefield
it a really, the usual sort of action-packed affair. But the First World War was lots of young people dying for stupid reasons. It didn't have the nice, clear, good versus evil narrative that World War II had.
Right.
I mean, say what you like about the Nazis, they understood the narrative value of the shit they were doing. And one unnecessarily powerful attack. Ooh, perfect bonus. Hey, 9,998.
Oh my god.
99. Oh, we've hit maximum.
That is disappointing.
That's a maximum hit right there. We've got all the coins. There are now no more coins in the world. We have destroyed the Mushroom Kingdom economy. Hope it was everything that everyone had dreamed of. Oh, and apparently this fountain is full of coins, but we wouldn't know, because we've got maximum coins. Oh man, it's like fucking playing Wind Waker all over again.
Oh my god.
Well, everything's going to be kind of anticlimactic now.
Yeah. Chat agrees. Okay, we did it. Let's play something else now.
Oh well.
Well.
It's only half an hour left to our usual 2-hour slot. Tell you what, I'll do a deal with you, chat. If the flea works, if I press flea and it works, we'll continue playing. But if it doesn't, we'll find something else to do. I think can't say fairer than that. No, Mario fell on his face. Right. Bollocks to ya, Paper Mario Color Splash. I'm gonna get rid of the Elgato window and switch back to the computer input for one thing. Right, well, I feel cleansed, I don't know about you.
That's a word. All right, people, send questions. Come on.
Alright, question me.
Questions.
No, I haven't played
first.
I haven't played AM2R Poltergust 5000. Like Hills ask, Yahtzee, which game has the worst economy? Well, I've always thought Wind Waker had a really bad in-game economy. And part of that was the delicious soup. Because there's a really complex set of side missions based around collecting slime to create poison in that game. Not poison, potions. But the problem was that your grandma gave you a soup in that game that had the same effect as all the other potions, and also increased your attack, and also gave you 2 uses. So that made all potions completely useless. But more than that, it seemed like every single enemy in that game dropped fucking pinatas of pickups, so I don't recall ever running out of things. You had like 30 bombs right from the word go. Alright, I'm just checking down my list of whatever I've got installed on Steam right now.
Yahtzee, have you ever played a classic Resident Evil to completion?
Resident Evil 4 I finished to completion. Not on stream, obviously. The original Resident Evils? Actually, no, I don't think I've ever completed any of the classic fixed camera style Resident Evils. So there.
So there. Have
Right.
you played Ace Attorney? If so, what did you think?
Yeah, I played the first one. It was quite fun. I liked that there was slightly more gameplay to it than most visual novels. There was a deductive element. Yeah, I ain't got no problems with Ace Attorney. Thanks for being there, Ace Attorney.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you.
Is there such thing as a good, boring game? If so, how to make it good?
I'd say
I think we
so.
covered that earlier.
Alright, bear with me for a second, chat. I'm setting something up to play. I just need to do some setup. Yahtzee, have I checked out Shadow Warrior 2 yet? Not yet, actually.
I will be right back.
Oh, sorry, guys. Alright, I was trying to do something, but it didn't work out, actually, so we'll forget that. Let's just ask some questions. Answer some questions, rather. Come on, chat, hit me. Destroy me. I am your slave. Yeah, I was trying to get Stardew Valley going there, but I was trying to change the resolution and it wasn't having it, so I don't know what happened there. Tim Fallout asks, why did I come to the USA? Well, to do things like this! In places where there's decent internet. Why else? I mean, aren't you enjoying this lovely stream of lovely Mario games?
Any idea what we're doing?
Well, I was trying to get Stardew Valley going, but couldn't find the option to change the resolution.
Dropping the ball.
Yeah, that ball has fallen all over the place. Hang on, I'll try again. Just add window capture. Oh, blimey. There's a lot of this is buggering me about a little bit. Alright, there we go. Okay. So now I got Stardew Valley up. Let's calm ourselves down from that horrible Mario game by taking a look at my farm.
Your voice is like beaming with pride.
Ah. Well, here's my skeleton friend. And here's the wife's part of the house, and she doesn't like me going in there. Oh, there she is now. Hello, the wife. You just want to talk about you, don't you, love? Fine.
She's a redhead, she can pull it off.
Yeah, fine, have some goat's cheese. I'm gonna stick it right in your face. No, don't move the chair. It's been a while, sorry everyone. Yeah, I know what it takes to please my woman. Hang on, I'm just drop the volume down a bit. Can hardly hear myself think. Yeah, this is Slobbery Knob Farm. And I guess the reason why I stopped playing this game is that I kind of ran out of struggles. I mean, you can see I have close to 50,000 Stardew Valley Fun Bucks. And all my crops water themselves every morning. And they're all very high quality. And I got 500 different things to produce more expensive goods. And my dog's a complete spaz. I got sheep. You like sheep? I got sheep. You like cows? I got cows. You like goats? I got a goat as well. I got something for everyone.
And to be totally honest, I could not get into this game at all.
Serious? What's not
Serious.
to like about it?
It was boring. I thought it was boring.
But that's the fun part.
I don't think being bored is fun, personally.
Hey, I was trying to shear the sheep, not the pig. Thank you. Just gotta go through the routine of every day. That's what I like about this game, you know, is that it creates a lovely routine. You get up, say hello to all your animals, say hello to your scarecrows, make sure everything's fed, make sure all the crops have been cropped. Oops, I almost ploughed the cow there. Oh, didn't want to do that, at least not in public. Come on, just milk that bloody cow, will ya? Yeah, I know you love it. What a lovely day in Farm Town. Oh, and the eggplants are up. Yeah, I haven't played this game since they put a load of updates up to it. Maybe I'll get back into it. But I think if I did that, I'd want to start a new farm so that the struggle of life can be returned. Yeah, I just got 2 free eggplants there. My farm no longer gives a shit. Never a big Harvest Moon player, Liz?
Nope.
But it's so romantic.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I crave the romance. No, I didn't really get into it. And I honestly, like, with something like this, like, to me personally, it seems more like a mobile potty game than anything else.
I suppose each to
It's not
their
some.
own. I don't know what the hell this is. Should be able to capture people and make them work on your farm. That's an interesting idea.
I like where your head's at.
Why didn't you take that to the developer? So, you know, it's fun just raising a normal farm with and marrying people the normal way by piling presents on them until they finally agree to bear you children. But sometimes we want, for the full realistic experience, maybe we want to set up an evil farm cult as well.
Oh, I like the idea of that.
Maybe we could
I could get into that.
grow cyanide-laced Kool-Aid. Create our very own Jonestown Massacre.
It's just got a lot more interesting for me.
Well, we laugh, but there are cult simulators in the world.
Liz, what game do you play to relax? At the moment, Overwatch more than anything.
Well, that's a certain kind of relaxing, I suppose.
It is. Isn't it?
Yeah,
You know what relaxing is for me? When I can play a game and my kids aren't trying to, like, climb on top of me.
right.
So it's really quite a carnival cruise for me.
I find Dark Souls a relaxing game, and I know that sounds weird.
It's not weird.
I just find it relaxing to throw myself at a challenge over and over again until I succeed. And sometimes I find it relaxing to play a little fishing mini-game. I used to play Team Fortress 2, and in that game, if you wanted to relax, you just play as engineer, which was basically like fishing. You build a sentry gun, and then just wait next to it for 6 hours. Ooh, a tilapia. That's probably good.
Wait, is there seriously a cult simulator? There should be.
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing a video review by... Oh, I forgot his name now. The bloke who did Freeman's Mind. Ross Scott, that's him. He did a video about a cult simulator game whose name I forget, but it apparently wasn't very well designed. Sort of management real-time strategy affair of the Dungeon Keeper sort of mould. Right, I caught some fish, and I'm going to use these fish to endear myself to the local populace. I just have to find someone to smear a fish on. There, I will give a fish to the innkeeper. What? You don't like my fish? I spent a whole 3 minutes catching that.
Do you still have it? Just try again. Maybe he'll say yes this time.
No, that means he doesn't like fish as gifts go. Come on, I got a fish here. Someone's got to want one. See, the girl I married in this game, basically I married because you can just give her bits of fruit and berries you find on the ground, and she loves that shit. Okay, she doesn't like fish either. There's got to be someone in this game who likes fish. I'm determined to get a positive reaction to my fish today. Hey, there's an old man. Old men like fish. I'm taking that for a vaguely positive reaction.
Counted as a win.
Where'd my fish go? It went straight down that old man's throat like I was an adult bird and he was my child. Oh yeah, here's the community centre that I've spent quite a lot of time fixing up. But now, because that's all done, there's no more challenge left in the game. Hey, maybe he likes worms. I'll give him some worms. Well, I just like to spread my particular kind of cheer around the town.
You're just preparing him for the cult.
Exactly. Hey! You look like you need... worms. What are you talking about? It's worms! It's the stuff of life. It's a staple of the food chain. Damn it, no one's impressed by my worms. Hey!
Oh.
Hey! Hey! I got a
Take my
question.
worms.
I got a question for you. What is your opinion? Don't come back! Stop running! Stop running! Stop running! I want to give you something. It's a lovely present. Come back here. You won't get it until I get the. I love the little sidelong look she's giving me as well. Like she's determined not to give me eye contact. Well, at least she stopped.
Yahtzee, any games on the PlayStation 1 and 64 that you think have actually aged well or even not absolutely horribly?
Well, I always think... Oh, hang on. There's something fluttering in the water there. I want it. I always think Crash Bandicoot sort of aged reasonably well. All the stretching and deforming 3D polygons worked surprisingly well, and the textures don't flutter all over the place like other games in early 3D does. Secret Negative says this is actually how Yahtzee met his girlfriend. You're more right than you'd care to think. Except instead of a worm, it was a copy of my second book. Yeah, fishy, fishy. Ooh, a bream. Now we're having a much more exciting time than we were having with Mario, aren't we, everyone?
A little bit, yeah.
Someone's got to like this bream.
Well, I mean, the combat's better.
I know. I'll go to the beach. People won't go to the beach if they don't like fish. Or the sewer, perhaps. I think night's falling, actually. Should have brought my horse. Oh, there's no one around I can give my fish to. Well, today was kind of a bust. Oh, but I found a book. Just buried in the sand there. Saxterical says he's never seen a playthrough of this where you demolish the community centre. No, I guess because that doesn't feel like the fun thing to do. There's basically two paths you can take in this game. You can either join the evil corporate supermarket people, or you can help rebuild the community centre. But why would you ever want to do the evil thing? This is a fun game about making something of our lives. Yeah, fine. I guess it's bedtime. Oh, hang on. Hold the phone. We got some honey and some jam in the jam making machine. And now that we've got that, I can take this apple and put that in the jam making machine. For basically no reason at this point, but you gotta pass the time somehow. Whoa, what's going on with the stream? Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of weird cursors knocking around all over the chat. That's not even the cursor I'm using. Look, here it is.
That is weird. Oh.
Alright, well, I guess that's part of our lives now.
Yahtzee, tell us some Luigi jokes so it feels like Paper Mario.
Uh, um, what does Luigi use to clean his windows with?
What?
A Luigi squeegee.
Oh my god.
You
That
laughed.
was bad and you should feel bad.
You laughed.
That was a laugh at you.
Okay. I guess your story checks out.
You know what? I'm committed to this now. to the Google.
Well, you come up with a better Luigi joke then.
We'll see what the internet.com gives us.
Oh,
Cheesy
yes.
Nintendo jokes.
Oh yes, here's my child. Their name's Cranky. I don't think we ever established if it was a boy or a girl. I figured Cranky covers all the bases. But where has my lady wife gone? Well, I shouldn't be so controlling of her movements, I suppose.
Yeah, I can't find any good ones.
Oh, there she is.
What did Mario use to talk to the booze?
Oh, well, that explains why it looks like crap. Do you like wine? Oh, I guess she does. Man, I can only get approval from my wife these days. Say, maybe my wife would like a worm. Look at all these worms I've got. Oh, that's right, you can only give one present a day, can't you? I mean, we wouldn't want to come across as creepy, would we?
Yes, guys, I noticed.
I was lucky it didn't rain. I forgot to bring the animals back in last night. Oh well. My goat's name is Corbyn. He's named after the current opposition leader in the United Kingdom. Oh, hey! I must have forgotten to harvest the eggs yesterday. This is insane! The place has been taken over by eggs. Daniel Resurgence says, lets us know that he gave his girlfriend worms and the result was sex. And he thinks I might be onto something.
Please don't encourage him.
Please do encourage me. Don't listen to this person. Oh, inventory's full. Must have been all the eggs. Alright, fine. Drink a maple syrup? Well, that wasn't what I was trying to do, but since you ask. Oh yeah, get that down, yeah. Only plus 4 energy. I thought I'd gotten a bit more from that. Oh Jesus. Look at all my eggs. I guess you can't milk the mayonnaise machine. And a large egg there. And goat's milk. No, we're done with that joke now, thank you.
I like that one. Why did Mario get a goldfish as a pet? Because they were so cheap.
That that was
That's-
awful. That was in no way better than my Luigi Squeegee joke.
I read it off the chat, and to be fair, you didn't even like notice that I tried to tell a joke. You were just like, "Oh, my farm! I'm gonna give someone worms."
Oh,
So I'm not even very interested.
I do apologize. Tell me your
No,
joke
you
again.
don't lie. I don't even want to tell you now. The chat enjoyed it.
No, I promise to listen. I promise to listen this time.
No, I don't even want to tell you.
I'm just bad at multitasking as well. We have that in
Hold
common.
on, chat. Liz and Yahtzee, which of you would be good cop, which would be bad cop, and how would you play it out? What? I think I would like to be bad cop.
Well, that'd take them by surprise, I suppose. I'll be the good cop. I'll be just like, hey, how's everyone doing? I was just going to make a run to the coffee shop. Do you want anything? I'll just leave you with Liz for a while.
I think that would work out great. Because we wouldn't actually have to be around each other very much, and I think that would work out very well for me.
Yeah, exactly. Please tell me your Luigi joke.
How did Mario talk to the booze?
I don't know.
A Luigi board.
Oh, that was good, actually.
Ah, I know, right? You're welcome.
Oh, I wish I'd paid more attention, just in life generally. Alright, I'm gonna get some hay. Gonna make hay while the sun shines. Yes, co-worker Jim, you are too late for Paper Mario, because fuck that game, frankly. We and the chat reached the conclusion that it was boring and horrible. So I'm playing a boring farm game instead. I'm trying to basically...
It's at least it's boring and good.
Yeah, we're weaning ourselves off the boredom before we get on with our day.
I'll be honest, it definitely made me appreciate this game more. So,
Good. Have I convinced you to give it a try yourself?
no.
Oh well. Duck.
But I don't want to shove a screwdriver in my eye watching it, so we're making progress.
Why would you do such a horrible thing?
I think it had more to do with you than the game, probably.
Oh, okay. I have this effect.
I just get the urge to do some hammering. Now, I like her.
Yeah, we knew that. Boom. Whoa, hey.
Is she the wife?
Yeah, she's the wife.
I understand so much now.
Oh, actually, we're up to 1 o'clock now. So, I guess I'm done streaming for now. I hope we all enjoyed playing this lovely, gentle farm game. And listening to me and Liz resisting the urge to kill each other.
We did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the results.
You're breathing, so
Yeah,
we got this.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me, Liz.
Yeah, I was told to.
Oh, you were free to leave at any time.
All right. Anything else from the chat before we leave?
Well, thanks for joining us for another Wednesday stream. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Maybe I'll do a solo stream during the weekend. Until then, cheery bye then.